Spartan unit.
Good evening and welcome to MTV's news update for today, December 31, 2021. I'm Ashley Scotland. First, our top headlines. President Ali assents to Natural Resources Fund bill. Secondary schools to reopen on Monday. GWI to deliver 67% of treated water to coastal residents in 2022. And in sport, Ghana national women's hockey team to be in intensive prep in January for CAC qualifiers. Now for the news in details. President Dr. Irfan Ali has given his assent to the Natural Resource Fund Bill 2021, paving the way for transparency and oversight of the revenues earned from the oil and gas industry. Here is Lewin Williams.
President Irfan Ali has assented to the Natural Resource Fund Bill just one day after the bill was passed in the National Assembly. This piece of legislation governs the revenues earned from Ghana's oil and gas industry, which currently stands at US $534 million at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The Natural Resource Fund Bill, now an act, was passed in the National Assembly on December 29, 2021, despite the opposition's attempt to stop the passage. The AP and UAFC are now contending that the bill was passed unlawfully and is illegal. However, President Dr. Irfan Ali on Thursday signed the bill, now making it law. A bill passed by the Assembly is submitted by the clerk to the President for his signature, and only when a bill has been signed by the President does it become a statute law or an act. The bill is proposing that a board of directors will be appointed to govern the Natural Resource Fund. Withdrawals from the fund is subjected to parliamentary supervision and scrutiny before it can be approved to be utilized. Senior Minister within the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Rashni Singh, during the debates had noted that this law will ensure transparency, accountability and good governance over the oil revenues. Luan Williams for MTV's News Update.
We tell you now that President Ali has also given his assent to the Local Content Bill, which will allow for locals to benefit from the oil and gas sector. Here again is Lewin Williams.
Guyana's Local Contents Bill was passed on Wednesday in the National Assembly, which saw the government including 10 out of 14 proposals submitted by the opposition. This law is intended to ensure that all Guyanese or Guyanese companies benefit from the tremendous opportunities that loom in the newly found oil and gas sector. It will also ensure that capacity is built to provide services to the petroleum sector. When the PPPC government assumed office last August, there was no such legislation in place, and they had made a commitment to ensure that such a policy was enacted. The local content legislation will be seeking to set up a local content secretariat where members will be appointed by the subject minister. This committee will be responsible for ensuring that the act is being complied with. The secretariat will develop a local content register for Guyanese nationals for employment, and Guyanese companies from which goods and services will be procured. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat, during a press conference yesterday, said the creation of these registers will commence as early as next week, when President has assented to the bill. The bill has now been assented to and paves way for the commencing of the registers. Luan Williams for MTV's News Update.
You're watching MTV's News Update. More news on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanups, or construction sites. It's simple. Step 1, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Step 2, we deliver the skip bin size of your choice. Step 3, load the skip with all of your junk. And finally, step 4, we take it all away. It's that simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there's no job that's too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
It's time to stock up and save big in a massive pre-Christmas sale on Softex tissues. Buy a bale of 24 rolls for only $1,000. That's right, 24 rolls for just $1,000. This deal is only available direct from our factories at Softex Manufacturing, Lot 1228 Eccles Industrial Site. Remember the deal, one bale, 24 rolls, $1,000. So hurry and save big before the holidays. For more information, call 622-4197 or 623-4197.
Fibertech materials are used in a multitude of ways, from repairing and fabrication of auto body, fishing, and household items. We have available various fiberglass mattings, resin, mold releases, brushes, and rollers for all of your repair needs. We offer technical advice and free training to ensure you get the job done. For further information, call us at 220-6907 or 220-9192.
This is MTV's News Update. Welcome back. Secondary schools across the country are set to be reopened on Monday for full face-to-face learning for students in grades 8 to 12. Here is Rihanna Griffith.
While secondary schools are expected to open Monday, parents will not be mandated to send their children. Unvaccinated students will also not be denied entry. Education Minister Priya Manachan said using the rotation, shift and blending learning methods were not producing encouraging results, and a continuation of these practices will not properly prepare children for examinations and movement to the next level. As it relates to the grade 7 students, Minister Manachan said they will not be allowed back in school as yet because many of them are not yet 12 years old, the minimum age to receive the Pfizer vaccine. However, she said when that cohort is of age, they will be expected back in the classroom fully. She said the same measures will be applied to the 5 to 11-year pupils when the vaccine is available for them. All students will be required to sanitize, wear a mask, and observe social distancing during classroom sessions. Students from the other levels will have classes virtually on a rotational basis. Reporter for MTV's News Update, Rihanna Griffith.
The People's Progressive Party Civic PPPC government has already signaled its intention to commence the creation of the local content registers as early as next week. This follows the passage of the game-changing Local Content Bill 2021 on Wednesday evening in the National Assembly. This is according to Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat. These two registers, as proposed in the bill, will deal specifically with the procurement of goods and, secondly, the provision of skills and employment. Such continuous consultation will pave the way for the government to expand the list of services that are outlined in the first schedule of the Local Content Act. In another year or so, the Natural Resources Minister stated that the government may develop the list to 10 or even 50 new services. This number will be informed by the human resource capacity, he noted. He went on to point out that this increased figure is directly linked to the importance of continuous consultation. The Ghana Water Incorporated will be working to deliver treated water to 67% of residents on the coastline in the new year. More in this report.
The Guyana Water Incorporated has implemented a plan which will see 90% of coastal residents benefiting from improved water and supply within the next 5 years. When the year 2021 started, the utility company was able to deliver treated water to around 55% of residents on the coast. This is according to Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell.
So you have a lot of complaints. Sometimes for those who on social media, persons will post the color of the water. They'll complain about that. That is because in some areas they're still not untreated water.
According to the minister, studies have shown that it will cost approximately $118 million for the coverage to be expanded to other areas on the coast. Minister Crowell said even though it is an expensive venture, the utility company is committed to delivering treated water. GWI is expected to deliver treated water to about 67% of coastal residents in the new year. The ministry has already commenced the project with a US $30 million fund from the Caribbean Development Bank.
And the works will continue whereby more resources will be put into to the system, will be put into the sector, so that will allow us to achieve, we want to achieve by 2025, 100% treated water on the coastline.
He said this would significantly reduce the number of complaints the utility company has been receiving over time. Luan Williams for MTV's News Update.
More news coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
At Decor and Gift Gallery, we have comfortable and unique living room suites. Check out our bonded leather sofa or three-piece recliner set and much more. Or pick a lovely dining room set to match your home setting. Whatever is your style, we've got it. Shop your living room or dining room sets at Decor and Gift Gallery today.
Modern Optical Service has made it even better by introducing its budgeted spectacle line, starting as low as $10,000 for a single vision lens and $12,000 for bifocal lens, available in tinted or clear, complete spectacles at affordable prices. So hurry down to our main office at 316 Middle Street or Lot 14 Diamond Public Road opposite Demerara Bank. Enjoy over 60 years of eye care experience at affordable prices. Modern Optical Service, your eye care professionals.
Are you building or renovating your home? Then come to Beeson for a wide range of aluminum and UPVC windows and doors. Get from single hung sash, awning, casement, sliding windows, plus sliding and swinging doors. All our products can be customized and fitted with insect screens and are sealed tight to withstand harsh weather conditions. At Beeson's, we also carry commercial, glass and French doors, showcases, aluminum louvers, curtain walls, aluminum rails, plus sliding and frameless shower doors. So look no further. Visit our showroom today at Lot 1228 Eccles Industrial Site or call 622-4197 or 623-4197. Beeson Windows and Doors, built with pride in Guyana by Guyanese.
You're tuned to MTV's News Update. The Main City Council has received a total of 552 building plan applications for this year, to which more than 65% has been approved. Brianna Griffith reports.
During a news conference today, City Engineer Colvin Venture said his department has approved 360 building plan applications from the 552 received this year. A building plan is a set of architectural engineering drawings needed to explain the building construction proposal to be submitted to the authority for the purpose of seeking approval or intimation. The city engineer said there are a number of factors that cause the approval of the plans to be delayed.
The council over the last 2 years would have implemented an additional system to the process in which the city engineer cannot sign off on any plan unless it is being tabled before a city works committee.
In addition to this, these plans would first have to be processed by other agencies, including the Central Housing and Planning Authority and Guyana Water Incorporated, before permission is granted by the Engineers Department. The City Engineers Department has said that persons who are seeking to erect a new building, add or alter to an existing building, should submit the following: a certified copy of ownership, transport, or lease, surveyor's plan of the land, 3 copies of their building plan, and recent rates receipt. Reporter for MTV's News Update, Rihanna Griffith.
City Engineer Colvin Venture has made it known that his department lacks the resources to effectively maintain the drainage network in Georgetown. More in this report.
The city's engineers department had proposed to maintain some 645 miles of drainage network in the capital city in an effort to ensure effective drainage. However, City Engineer Colvin Venture said the council was unable to meet this target.
We proposed that in our budget, and this was approved by the council. I could say that from that proposal, we were only able to achieve 35% of such. And that, I could say, is not one that I, as the head of the department or the head of the city engineer department, I'm satisfied with.
However, noted his department was unable to do so because they were operated with limited resources, which was necessary to fulfill this mandate.
So 11 staff to carry out maintenance of the city drainage network, and also address drainage issues is not sufficient for the engineering department to work with. 11 staff cannot do it. We're working in the limitation of transportation. Transportation in which currently the actual transportation mode I have to work and I have to address all of these sections or provide service to all these sections is one tractor trailer.
The city engineer said he has addressed the issue of staff shortage, but this has fallen on deaf ears. The city engineer anticipates in the new year, his department will be allocated with adequate resources to effectively perform its duty. Reporter for MTV's News Update, Rihanna Griffith.
Works in the construction of the $51 million multipurpose facility in Section C Sophia, Georgetown is moving apace. The multipurpose recreational facility will include an open-view deck and bleachers with wheelchair access ramp, a basketball court along with solar floor lights and walkway lighting, and a play area with swings, seesaw, slide, and round climber. Several existing recreational facilities in the area will also be upgraded under the project that is being executed by the Central Housing and Planning Authority. Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, said that the works which are being done by Do Not Construction and Supplies is approximately 55% completed. He told the Department of Public Information that while there were some delays because of the inclement weather, work on the project was progressing smoothly. Minister Crowell said that the project aims to provide a safe location for the residents of Sophia, especially the children, elderly, and persons living with disabilities, with a safe space to play and learn. He added that the initiative will not only improve the aesthetics of one of the city's largest communities, but also aligns with the government's plan to create wholesome communities equipped with all the necessary amenities. This project forms part of the Ministry of Housing and Water's Adequate Housing and Urban Accessibility Program, which is funded by the Inter-American Development Bank. We now take a look at tips for healthy living, brought to you with the kind compliments of Natura's High and Low Milk Powder, distributed by Davies Variety.
What does Natura High and Low Milk Powder have? It is fortified with the extra good nights of vitamins A, C, D, E, and K. It is high in calcium, protein, and enriched with folic acid, all of which help to strengthen your immune system. What it doesn't have is fat and cholesterol. Natura High and Low. Healthy can taste good. Available at all leading supermarkets and groceries nationwide. Natura High and Low Milk Powder is not for infants 1 year and under.
Sleep paralysis is a temporary inability to move that occurs right after falling asleep or waking up. Individuals remain aware during episodes, which frequently involves troubling hallucinations and a sensation of suffocation. This is according to the WebMD website. One of the major causes of sleep paralysis is sleep deprivation or a lack of sleep. A change in sleep schedule, sleeping on your back, the use of certain medication, stress, and other sleep-related problems such as narcolepsy may also play a role. If you wake up before this stage ends, you may realize that you are unable to move or speak. A subset of people also experience hallucinations. This can include a feeling of foreboding, the sense that someone is in your room, the sensation of something pressing on your chest or choking you, an image of a monster, witch, demon, or other menacing figure. It is normal to experience occasional episodes of sleep paralysis, and no treatment is necessary. If you have another sleep disorder, treating that problem will usually help prevent paralysis as well. The most important thing you can do to reduce your risk of having an episode is to get plenty of sleep, at least 8 hours per night. You should also try keeping a lid on stress and switching to a new position if you typically sleep on your back. In some cases, if you are troubled by frequent episodes of sleep paralysis, your doctor may recommend that you see a sleep specialist for further evaluation.
What does Natura High and Low Milk Powder have? It is fortified with the extra good nights of vitamins A, C, D, E, and K. It is high in calcium, protein, and enriched with folic acid, all of which help to strengthen your immune system. What it doesn't have is fat and cholesterol. Natura High and Low. Healthy can taste good. Available at all leading supermarkets and groceries nationwide. Natura High and Low Milk Powder is not for infants 1 year and under.
The ISG and MTV's sport update is next. Stay tuned.
The Central Housing and Planning Authority is kindly asking residents living in communities under the management of the department to desist from storing construction materials on roadways and road shoulders. Residents are also being asked not to block roadways or drains with construction materials. According to clauses 12 and 13 of the amended Agreement of Sale of Restrictive Covenants attached to titles issued from 2012, no storage of materials comprising earth, sand, stone, blocks, cements, timber and steel or mixing of concrete shall be permitted on the road or the road shoulders. Any materials on the road or the road shoulders must be cleared within 24 hours of being placed thereon. Residents are reminded that failure to adhere to clauses 12 and 13 will result in a penalty of $10,000 being charged per day of default. A message from the Central Housing and Planning Authority.
You can be a millionaire by only spending $100 on a Daily Million ticket. Simply pick any 5 numbers from 1 to 26, or you can buy a quick pick for your chance to win the Daily Millions. Purchase your tickets daily, Monday through Saturday, to get a chance to win $1 million every day. So, feeling lucky? Then buy a Daily Millions ticket today. Remember, a ticket today could make you rich today.
Are you running around looking for construction materials? Well, run down to Lens for affordable, high-quality building supplies. We have the widest range of grade A floor and wall tiles in any shape, size, and designs. And all types of ceramics, porcelain glazed, and full-body porcelain. We stock the largest collection of large format tiles. Check out our porcelain slabs as big as 10 feet by 4.5 feet. Add a bit of elegance with our large range of decorative molding. Our line of PPG paints will give you vibrant colors that won't fade. With our wall and ceiling gypsum system, it's light, durable, and fast. So come down to Lens at 136 Cherry Street, which is next to Buddy's and Pizza Hut, for that 31 years of Lens quality.
Win big with Ultra Lubricants. Win a Toto backpack every week. To enter, purchase any Ultra Lubricants. Send us a picture of your receipt via WhatsApp to 604-5810. Winners will be randomly chosen weekly. Promotion ends February 28, 2022. ISG, the best opportunity to make the right choice.
The Guyana national women's hockey team is set to compete in the qualifiers for the Central American and Caribbean Games next year. This is according to Philip Fernandez, president of the Guyana Hockey Board.
It's probably unlikely that they can actually do any warm-ups before the Bermuda tour, and that's because Bermuda is very expensive to go to. And so all of their resources are going to have to be pooled towards going to Bermuda. It's very important for teams to qualify for the CSC Games, because that is in fact the hockey qualifier for the Pan American Games, which is the premier tournament that we always aspire to.
The players who are currently on Christmas break will be returning to intensive training in early January. The female players have had the opportunity to train and compete in international games earlier this year.
So they're likely to go to Bermuda. If they qualify for the CSC Games in Bermuda, then between then and the rest of the year, we may also try to expose them to some sort of a warm-up tour, maybe in Trinidad or Barbados.
The men's team only returned to training in the late part of the year. The men's team have already qualified for the 2023 CAC Games automatically due to their participation in the games when they were last held. They are now focused on preparing for those games. Today in chess, local junior chess players have competed in 2 international tournaments earlier this month where they displayed outstanding performances. Youth players competed in the Frederick Cameron Open Online 2021 on December 18th, and female players contested the WIM Deborah Richards Porter Online International Ladies Chess Tournament held on December 4th and 5th. In the youth tournament organized by the Jamaica Chess Federation, Jared Roberts secured victory in the under 1300 absolute division. Guyanese players in other divisions include Kishan Puran on the under 1600 absolute division and Naila Rahman, who placed 7th in the under 1300 female division. In the female tournament, contested by a number of Caribbean countries, Italy Tonchang was the top player for Guyana with her 12th place finish. In other news, Dr. Karen Pilgrim, director at the Caribbean Regional Anti-Doping Agency, RADA, is urging local sportspersons to keep up to date with the World Anti-Doping Agency WADA website for updates on banned substances. WADA typically revises and updates the list of prohibited substances near the end of every year. Prohibited substances, according to the Athletics Integrity Unit, may refer to any substance which can potentially enhance an athlete's performance or one which poses a risk to the athlete's health. Dr. Pilgrim also noted that Guyana has had some issues in the past where athletes were tested positive for prohibited substances.
We have had issues in cycling in 2016. I think most persons know that. We have had one issue in powerlifting a few years ago where that athlete got a relatively mild sanction because I think, I'm not sure who did the testing at that time, it wasn't done locally, but I think they accepted his explanation that it was an accidental use, that he used it unknowingly. And we had many years ago a similar issue in cricket.
Dr. Pilgrim, who is also a local doping control officer at the Guyana Olympic Association, added that it is important for persons to attend sensitization exercises to keep themselves informed.
So just stressing again that the most important thing is education. The most important thing is understanding that athletes are responsible for everything they take into their body, so they need to pay attention to what they eat, what they drink, most importantly, what medications and what supplements they take. Supplements are a big problem area, can be.
And finally, the surge in positive COVID-19 cases wreak havoc on the North American sports schedules as it continues to force games to be postponed. This is according to Reuters. The National Basketball Association and National Hockey League were both forced to postpone many games throughout the month. The National Basketball Association, NBA, said the Golden State Warriors contest at Denver on Thursday was postponed after the Nuggets were hit by an outbreak and henceforth unable to field the minimum 8 players. A total of 11 NBA games have now been postponed since December 14th. The National Hockey League, NHL, has noted that due to COVID-19 related issues impacting the Dallas Stars, the team's January 2nd game at the Arizona Coyotes has been postponed. The NHL has postponed more than 80 games this month amid the avalanche of COVID-19 cases. These postponements come on the heels of the International Ice Hockey Federation's decision to halt the Junior World Championships being played in Edmonton and Alberta after players on several teams produced positive tests for the virus. In an effort to avoid a similar shutdown, Skate Canada announced that the January 6 to 13 Canadian National Figure Skating Championships, which determine spots on the Beijing Olympic teams, will be staged in Ottawa without any spectators. For MTV Sports Update, Jessica Calendar.
That brings us to the end of Sport Update, which was brought to you with the kind compliments of ISG. More after the break.
Win big with Ultra Lubricants. Win a Toto backpack every week. To enter, purchase any Ultra Lubricants. Send us a picture of your receipt via WhatsApp to 604-5810. Winners will be randomly chosen weekly. Promotion ends February 28, 2022. ISG, the best opportunity to make the right choice.
And that brings down the curtain on tonight's newscast. But before we go, here's a reminder of our top stories. President Ali assents the Natural Resource Fund Bill. Secondary schools to reopen on Monday. GWI to deliver 67% of treated water to coastal residents in 2022. And in sport, Ghana national women's hockey team to begin intensive prep in January for CAC qualifiers. Catch a rebroadcast tomorrow at 6 hours 30. Don't forget to like our Facebook page, where the news can be viewed live at 19 hours 30. On behalf of our news and technical teams, Ashley Scotland saying stay safe and goodbye for now.